Alright, guys, we are doing interview 9 for C++. Our challenge is to create a program that demonstrates a pass-by reference using pointers. And here we have all what our program needs to do. It needs to declare a variable integer, an integer variable named num, and then initialize it to a variable or to a value. We need to create a function called modified value, and that takes the pointer to the integer as an argument. And then inside the modified value, we'll update it. We'll update the value at the stored memory location pointed by the pointer variable. And in the main function, we'll print the value of number before and after calling modified variable to observe the changes. And here are the function details. So I already had started and already made my header file, which would be this right here. This is all we need. And then, yeah, we'll just simply start by our implementation file. So first we'll start off with our preprocessors, and we have to include our header file here. That way we can actually access that I believe this would only be available so we can access what we have on the header file, so we can access the prototype, so that way it knows where to get this prototype. And then we'll set, as we already have, integer pointing to a pointer variable, and then we'll have pointer equals to 20 because we want to try to match what the sample output is. So we'll do this, and then I'll set my comments. So this will set the value to 20, and then print f. This is just a short version of instead of writing C out, all that stuff. You can opt to do C out. So like I can show you. So we can do C out, and then just include the not algorithm iOS stream, and then using namespace we can do it this way. And then inside function num equals, and then we'll just set, this is the way that usually you want to, this is the format basically of how new line, boom, and then space, and then you put your printer, I always call it printer because it looks like print, your pointer variable there, and then that ends this. Let me just make sure this is okay. Now we will have our main. So in this main we have to include C Studio, and then that's the wrong one. There we go. And then we include our header file, modify. Then we will now do int main, and we'll have the integer num set to 10. And then before we have to have it before and after. So we'll have print f, and then this would be before function name, and then next we'll have the in between. So we'll pass, this would pass the address of num into modify value, and then you would reference it by value. I mean, reference, pass by reference. I keep confusing the words. Pass by reference num, boom. And then this like the comment says, it would just simply pass the address to this value. So it'll be 10 here, and then right here will show this. And then lastly, after we call it back, we will have the new value of num. So let's hit run. Oh, wait, we forgot something. Something's not right here. Hold up. So maybe you can't do cout. We'll just stick to the how we originally had it. So I believe yes. So then if we run it, as you can see, we have before function num10, after function num equals 20, and then after function wait, my mistake. It should say inside, not out, not after. There we go. So now it should say inside and after. Yep. So as you can see, we have before function number 10, inside function number equals 20, and then after the function was called, number is equal to 20. So that is basically how you basically do this. Very simple compared to the last week's, but hope that clears and you understand. So printf is basically a formatted way to just avoid putting, cout. So if you ever want to do it already formatted as like neat, I guess, or like this would be like kind of like how they expect you to do. That's why they always say towards the end, when you start kind of getting used to this, you want to start trying to do printf, because printf is, like I said, it's a lot cleaner and it's more modified. So yeah, thanks for watching.